When Islam is mentioned today, many people immediately think of conflict, hostility, or intolerance toward those who do not share the faith. But pause for a moment. Have you ever wondered if that is truly what Islam teaches? What if I told you that the Quran and the Sunnah actually guide Muslims to show justice, mercy, and kindness toward all people, regardless of religion? Today, we're going to explore this eye-opening reality, lessons that are often misunderstood, overlooked, or even misrepresented. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see Islam not as a religion of division, but as a religion of universal compassion. Islam is fundamentally a religion of justice and moral clarity. Justice is not a privilege reserved for Muslims. It is universal and non-negotiable. The Quran commands Muslims to act fairly toward everyone, even toward those who do not share the faith. In Surah Al-Mumtahanah 68, Allah says, Allah does not forbid you from being kind and just to those who have not fought you because of religion and have not driven you out of your homes. Indeed, Allah loves the just. Think about that. Islam does not allow us to mistreat peaceful non-Muslims. Justice and fairness are divine obligations, not suggestions. Even if someone follows a different religion, as long as they live peacefully among us, they deserve kindness and ethical treatment. This is a revolutionary teaching because it goes against human instinct at times. It asks us to rise above prejudice, bias, and retaliation, and instead uphold mercy, fairness, and moral integrity. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is the living example of these principles. He did not just preach mercy, he practiced it in every interaction. He signed treaties with non-Muslims, protected their rights, and engaged in peaceful dialogue. He said, "Whoever hurts a dhimmi, that is, a non-Muslim under Muslim protection, or burdens them unjustly, I will be their opponent on the day of judgment." This is profound. Islam does not just recommend respectful treatment of non-Muslims, it legally and morally enforces it. Even in times of disagreement or conflict, the Prophet ﷺ never advocated aggression simply because someone believed differently. His approach was always rooted in dialogue, patience, and humane treatment. Imagine a world where every disagreement, political or personal, followed this principle of ethical engagement rather than hostility. That is the vision Islam presents. Now, let's bring this into our daily lives. What does Islam's guidance look like practically? It is simple, yet profound. 1. Respect your neighbors, no matter their faith. 2. Engage in business and trade ethically, without deceit or exploitation. 3. Offer help to those in need, without expecting conversion or reward. The Prophet ﷺ illustrated this through his teachings. He is not a believer whose stomach is filled while the neighbor to his side goes hungry. Notice he did not limit this to Muslim neighbors. Compassion is universal. Every act of kindness, no matter who it benefits, reflects true faith. Even small gestures, like greeting someone warmly, respecting their space, or helping them in a time of difficulty, are considered acts of moral excellence in Islam. Many misunderstandings about Islam and non-Muslims arise from cultural practices, political conflicts, or selective media coverage, not religion itself. Some wrongly assume Islam promotes hostility toward those with different beliefs. Yet the Quran is explicit. Aggression is only justified in self-defense or against oppression, never for simply holding a different faith. This is a key distinction. Islam teaches boundaries and ethics. You defend yourself if attacked, but you never attack someone simply because they are different. This is a principle of universal morality. Historically, Islamic societies often demonstrated peaceful coexistence with non-Muslims. Cities like Cordoba in Andalusia and Baghdad during the Abbasid era were hubs of learning and cultural exchange, where Muslims, Christians, and Jews studied, worked, and lived together respectfully. Non-Muslims held positions of influence, contributed to science and trade, and were protected under Islamic law. This shows that Islam's teachings are not theoretical, they are practical, lived, and successful in history when applied correctly. In today's diverse world, Islam's guidance is more relevant than ever. Interfaith harmony, mutual respect, and understanding are not just ideals, they are essential for social cohesion. By following the Prophet ﷺ's example, we can engage in dialogue, not conflict, treat colleagues and neighbors with respect, not contempt, uphold justice regardless of faith or background. As the Quran reminds us in Surah Al-Ankabut 29:46, do not argue with the people of the book except in a way that is best, unless it is with those who wrong them, and say, we believe in that which has been revealed to us and revealed to you. Our God and your God is one, and to Him we submit. This principle encourages coexistence without compromising belief, a framework for living ethically in a globalized, multi-faith society. At its core, Islam teaches a universal moral compass. Justice, compassion, and ethical conduct are obligations for all humanity. The Prophet ﷺ modeled mercy, dialogue, and ethical treatment toward everyone. Islam calls on Muslims to embody divine mercy through actions, not just words. True strength in Islam is not only in personal worship or ritual observance, it is in how we live and interact with every human being. By extending kindness, fairness, and respect, Muslims become ambassadors of peace in the world. So today, reflect. How can we apply these teachings in our lives? Treat your neighbors, colleagues, and friends with fairness and compassion. Conduct business ethically. Offer help without expectations. Engage in dialogue instead of conflict. When we follow the Prophet's example, we transform our communities and inspire harmony. If this video has opened your eyes to Islam's true teachings about non-Muslims, share it, reflect on it, and implement it. Justice, kindness, and respect are divine obligations for all humanity, and living by them is a path to both personal and societal excellence. Remember, Islam's true power is in how we treat others.